Hello students, this is Ratnesh and you are watching Daily Vocab Show. Once again, I am back, and students, in this particular show, we are going to discuss the vocabulary words that I have taken from the Hindi newspaper. As you all know, the method is very simple and in a very smooth way. We are going to take any random 5 words that I must have already selected from the newspaper, and after that, in this particular 30 minutes, you'll be getting around 30 words. And students, this particular show the video will go on in the English version, as I have already made a video of Hindi version with the same content, and you all know that. So students, the name is vocab of the day. Why I write the vocab of the day? Because the reason is the daily newspaper comes, that is the Hindi newspaper, and I randomly select the words. The 5 words, what 5 words I have taken today. Let's talk about them. So in a very simple way, I have to tell you the first word which I have taken today is INALIENABLE. The word is inalienable. It's a nice word, students. I hope it's visible to you. The first word is inalienable. Second word I have taken today is DIKTAT. It's diktat. Third word which I have taken today is, students, IMPERVIOUS. Impervious. Fine. Fourth word which we will be discussing today is EXPOUNDED. Expounded. The fifth word we will be discussing today will be DAMNING. It's damning. Okay, so let's talk about a little before beginning with the words. Students, you all know that it's very simple. Whenever I choose a word, what I think is I should take any of the random words. What comes to my mind while I'm selecting the word, while I'm choosing the word from the newspaper, it is like that. It doesn't. It is not the case that if the term is a longer one, that you can say the a bigger word will sound something like very difficult, is a tough like word. Because the students students who come to me and say, sir, we find pretty difficult words while they are very a big word. Say suppose a word is very big. If we take about the example of inalienable, the students will say that, okay sir, this word is quite big, and now we find it very difficult, or it sounds tough, isn't it? No, it's not like that. If the particular paragraph is very interesting, I first of all read the paragraph. If I find the paragraph very interesting, the article interesting, then I go through it and I look up to it that whether that particular word what context it has been used, and secondly, will that particular word be adding to some extent the kind of knowledge or importance will be there or not in the student's life, that is in the daily usage. So these are the particular, you can say, the criteria, or you can say these are the particular things which I consider while selecting the words. So according to me, it's very important. And if you have, student, any kind of suggestion, you are very much welcome. You can just let me know in the comment box that, sir, we want these kinds of words, or very particular genre of the words. If you require, you can tell me that. I'll for sure I'll take them up. Fine. So let's discuss the words one by one, and what I'm going to do is, students, I'll discuss the words one by one. And first of all, I'll write the sentence from the Hindi newspaper, as you all know. And after that, I'll be providing you with the sentence from my side. Fine. So what you are going to do is, you have to read the sentence that is of the Hindi newspaper sentence, and after that, the sentence from my side. You are going to connect the sentences in sense of that you have to compare by reading, and you have to comprehend the meaning. And if it is possible that you can take out the meaning of the word from the sentence, then it is the best method, it is the best way to learn the vocab. Fine. So after that, I'll be providing you with the synonyms and whatever the antonym is. Fine. So this will be the way. Now let's begin. Let's talk about the sentences. Okay, students. So here is the first word, and I'll let you know how you have to use this word. Fine. Okay. So the first word is, example is, human dignity which is inalienable, ill, inalienable. So students, the word is inalienable and separable from human existence. Fine. The sentence says human dignity which is inalienable and separable from human existence. Now, this is the sentence which I have taken from the Hindu newspaper. It's pretty clear to all of you. Now, the point comes that we have to discuss the sentence which I have taken for you students so that you can connect with that particular sentence. Fine. So, the sentence I have taken is example. Look at the sentence. It says, it seems quite an inalienable practical which is taken up by the religious community. Okay, it can be a sentence. Sentence can be anything like students don't worry about that what the sentence is. But I have the meaning is basic. Basic condition is that I have to use that word in the sentence, and you have to understand the sentence. So now let's talk first of all. The inalienable word is an adjective. Okay, this is an adjective. It has been used as an adjective in the sentence. Now, if anyone asks that how we have to first of all confirm that whether that word has been used as an adjective or as a noun, so I have to tell you that in this sentence we have used an article. An article is for the noun. Always, it is a fact that always article comes before a noun, but in between if it is there any kind of adjective is there, so don't worry about this. The condition is the article is used for the noun but according to the adjective. The rule is simple, isn't it? So here the sentence the word "and" has been used for inalienable, actually used for practical but used according to inalienable, so you can easily connect with. Now, if we talk about it seems quite an inalienable practical is something where we have to apply something or we have to implement something. In that sense, practical word has been used here in this sentence. It seems quite an inalienable practical which is taken up by the religious community. There might be some kind of religious community who which is taking up, or you can say starting up any kind of practical or kind of, they are applying something that which we can say in the word of there is a word that say implement. They must be implementing something which is not actually very much feasible, or you can say something which is not possible. So in a sentence, if you want to add a kind of meaning, you can say impossible to take away. It's something like that. Students, you can write impossible to take away. I hope it's visible to you now, students. Inalienable is something impossible to take away. In the sentence, human dignity, which is inalienable, which is impossible to take away. Obviously, you cannot take away the dignity. You can blemish it. Fine. And separable from human existence. Exactly. So this was the sentence exactly where we are talking about the word, and this is the sentence from my side, students. I hope now you are easily able to connect with the sentence, because I find this sentence very useful when students are trying to understand the meaning of the word. Also, when they are reading the sentence given from the Hindu newspaper, because at times what happened, what happens that the sentence of the Hindi newspaper becomes quite difficult in the sense of context, or you can say in the sense of comprehending the sentence. So what I find easier is that there should be a kind of easy sentence, isn't it, student? So this was an easy sentence. Now you can we can talk about the synonyms. Let's talk about the synonyms. Okay, you can take the screenshot, students. Okay, what are the synonyms? Let me write the word synonym here. And the first word which I have taken for synonyms is INDEFEASIBLE. Indefeasible. The word is indefeasible. Fine. Second word I have taken is absolute. Absolute, LUTE. I hope it's visible. So a few students out there in the previous videos were saying that the words are not visible on the board, so I'm trying to use the better marker so that it's visible. Fine. The third word which I have taken is untransferable. Untransferable. Fine. UNTR, untransferable is TRAN. Transferable. Fine. Untransferable. The fourth word, it's a very important word indeed. Dueness. So something which is impossible to take away. This was the meaning. Fine. Impossible to take away. So here you can use inalienable for the word inalienable word. What the word where you can use is indefeasible. Something which is feasible is apt, isn't it? So obviously the opposite, that is indefeasible, cannot be is something which is indefeasible, something which is impossible to take away, isn't it? So absolute, something which is very complex. You can say not absolute, complex, but in the sense of absoluteness, you talk about something which is where we cannot take it away from that particular thing. Untransferable, we cannot transfer it. Its dueness is there. Dueness is there, which is something kind of complex. It's something kind of absolute. Fine. So these are the words which are the synonyms, and after I'll tell you the antonym, you will be pretty sure that yes, we have got the word. That is antonym. What antonym I have taken? The antonym word I have taken is CONVEYABLE. Have you heard this word? Conveyable. Conveyable is obviously possible, something which is very apt, something which is easily taken away. We can take it away, we can take it up, we can, isn't it? So something conveyable is something very something which is very easy to understand, easy to grab. That's people out there, the students out there, aspirants out there are easily understanding the word. Why? Because it is conveyable. Rather, the word is inalienable, but it is conveyable, isn't it? So the word is conveyable. Now the other word I have taken is NEGOTIABLE. Negotiable. So these are the words, students, the antonym and the synonyms. Now this way will continue. We'll talk about the next word. Now you can take the screenshot. Okay. Now let's talk about the next word, students. The next word is pretty simple, I should say. Why? Because many times you must have heard this word in the newspaper, or some kind of sentences where it has been used. The word is actually second word is Diktat. It's diktat. Fine. The word is diktat. So how you will connect the word? Let me tell you. First of all, let's talk about the sentence of the Hindi newspaper. Acts of custodial torture uh, continue torture, continue to defy constitutional diktat. Now, this is the sentence from the Hindi newspaper. Fine. Now, let's talk about the sentence from my side, which would be the easier one. We should issue a diktat. We should issue a diktat for proper formulation. Okay. Students, can you guess it out that if I am using a sentence which says we should issue a diktat for proper formulation, what do you think what could be the meaning of this sentence, of this word, or you can say? So, what do you think exactly the word diktat is telling you all about? First of all, write the parts of speech. It's a noun. Diktat is a noun. And when I'm saying that we should issue a diktat, you I'm sure enough that you are getting some kind of idea that diktat is related to kind of command, isn't it, student? Exactly, the diktat word is telling you some kind of command, where you can easily say yes, that diktat is a kind of what? Order or command. Are you getting it, students? Fine. So acts of custodial torture, where someone is captured, custodial or some in kind of custody, torture continue to defy. Defy means to ignore, or you can say break, or you can say uh, to supersede kind of constitutional diktat. Fine, where the condition is of constitutional order, constitutional command. So the sentence is very simple. I hope it's clear. Acts of custodial torture continue to defy. Defy means to supersede, or you can say to break. Fine, to go somewhere, constitutional diktat. The sentence I have used, we should issue a diktat for proper formulation. Now, is it easy? So now let's talk about the words that I have taken. Okay, now let's talk. Keep on taking now. Keep on writing the words, or if you want, you can take the screenshot. So synonym. Write these synonyms. The first word I have taken is EDICT. Addict. It's not addict. ADDICT. That is a different word. It's addict. EDICT. Addict. You can say. The second word I have taken is DECREE. It's decree. It's a nice word. Decree. Decree. Third word I have taken is Fiat. I hope you remember there was a car, Fiat. It's still there. So you can remember the word. You know. The fourth word is a nice and obviously a kind, very unfamiliar word for the students. UKASE. UKASE. It's a word which is related to commanding something, someone, or you can say like that. Fine. I I'll ask you to write it, take it down. This word is a very pretty important word. It can come in exam too. The last word for diktat as a synonym, I have taken rescript. Fine. So rescript is also a word. Now let's talk about a simple antonym so that you can easily connect with the word. Comply or follow. Complying is not a kind of order. We can just comply. We can obey in kind of obeying, or next word is follow. So these are the two antonyms. These are the five synonyms. Addict, decree. It's again order. Decree is order. Fiat is also used as an addict or order. Order, command. Fine. Diktat is a noun. Is that clear? Now all the synonyms and antonyms. Let's proceed to the third word. Now let's talk about the third word. And students, third word is again a very common word, which is obviously expected to be asked in the exam, but also it's important for you to add that word in your dictionary. When I say dictionary, I mean to say your daily usage. So the third word is impervious. Impervious. Fine. The word is nice. Impervious. So what is impervious all about? Let's talk about the sentence first of all. The court remained impervious. The court remained impervious to its own jurisprudence expounded in Puttaswamy and NALSA, that is 2014. This is the news. This is the obviously lines from the Hindi newspaper. The court remained impervious to its own jurisprudence expounded in Puttaswamy Nalsa. So, students, let me tell you two words from the same sentence I have taken. The first word is impervious. The next word will come to you. That is expounded. I'll let you know. But first of all, let's talk about the word impervious. So, what the sentence I have taken for the impervious word is an impervious layer of rock was formed. Impervious layer of rock was formed. Now, first of all, if I ask a question to you students that can you tell me exactly by this sentence, in earlier shows I have told you that to judge out the parts of speech of that word from the sentence or from the word, it's very necessary for that word to be used in the sentence, because without the sentence it's very difficult. It can be the literal sense that this word is a noun, this word is an adjective. That can be a fine word. That is, if you use a word good, bad, it is an adjective, it's for sure. But it depends how you have the use the word. If I say the good, the bad, the poor, that has changed the word, isn't it? The parts of speech has changed. So it's very important. From this sentence, can you judge out that which parts of speech is the word impervious? So obviously everyone knows that an has been used for layer, but according to impervious, it means it is an adjective. So you can write here that impervious is an adjective. Now, what do you think, students? An impervious layer of rock was formed. Impervious is something which cannot be broken, cannot which does not allow something, or which cannot be broken, which can't be broken, or which does not allow, are you getting, students? This is the meaning. The court remained impervious to its own jurisprudence. Whatever the decision was taken by the court, it remained impervious. It does not allow. It did not allow the whatever the conditions were expounded in the Puttaswamy and Nalsa 2014. So impervious word, I hope it's pretty clear to you. Now, if it says impervious, it means something which does not allow. You can say the impervious procedure of the staff selection commission, the impervious procedure syllabi of IBPS commission, because they don't allow anyone to intervene in that thing, isn't it? They do everything according to themselves. Now, fine. Let's talk about the synonyms. It's very important. Now, students, take the screenshot of this condition, or you can just take it down on your paper. Now, let's talk about the synonyms. Okay. The synonyms I have taken for this particular thing is the first word is impenetrable. Impenetrable. Fine. Second word, first word is impenetrable. Second word I have taken is impermeable. Impermeable. Okay. Impermeable. IMPERMEABLE. Impenetrable, impermeable. Third word is impassable. Impassable, or something which cannot be passed with. Fourth word I have taken is impregnable. Impregnable. Impregnable again means something which cannot be broken or which cannot be passed. Fine. Now, which is the antonym? A very simple antonym which students can easily connect with. It's breakable. Breakable. I hope it's very easy. Breakable. Breakable. So impervious. The synonyms are impenetrable, impermeable, impermeable. Fine. And impassable, impregnable, breakable. All these synonyms means which can't be passed through, where we cannot pass. Fine. So these are the words. Now let's proceed to the next word, that is the fourth word of the show. So students, keep on taking down the words, keep on just taking the screenshots so that you should not miss. If you miss something, just go back, just pause the video, just go back, just scroll it back so that you can get again. The fourth word is expounded, expounded. Now, I was telling you that students, the word is same from the same sentence. There were two words actually, so I decided to take both words differently so that you can take it down. Fine. So, expounded word here, the word is expounded. Now, what does it mean? First of all, we'll take the example, that is the sentence from the Hindi newspaper, and after that, I'll give you the sentence from my side. The sentence says the court remained impervious to its own jurisprudence, expounded. Now the word is expounded. In the earlier sentence, the sentence was same. Actually, the sentence was same. There were two words, so I thought, why not to take both the words, isn't it? So expounded, I have taken expounded in Puttaswamy. It's a name, Puttaswamy. Don't worry, it's not a difficult word. Actually, it's a name of a person who belongs to, obviously from South India, Puttaswamy. And NALSA 2014. It's a claim. 2014. NALSA. The court remained impervious to its own jurisprudence, expounded in Puttaswamy and NALSA. So, expounded, we'll talk about the word expounded. For this, I'll tell you the sentence. First of all, the sentence is pretty simple. The sentence says, we were expounded. We were supposed to expound it, students. So, यहाँ पर we'll change the sentence. First of all, let me correct the sentence for you, students. We were supposed to expound. We were supposed to expound the article. Now guess it out. What do you think about the word? First of all, let me write here. Expounded can be used as a verb. As a verb. The court remained impervious to its own jurisprudence, expounded in Puttaswamy and NALSA. So expounded, I have used we were supposed to expound the article. What do you think? Expound the article. We were supposed to expound the article. Actually, they considered us that we should explain something about it. We should brief out something about the article. Actually, yes. So expound word is used to explain or students state something. Are you getting it? Are you able to understand that what does word expound mean? It means to explain or state something. So here in the sentence and the previous sentence, both these things were saying the court remained impervious. It stayed impregnable, or say which did not allow to its own jurisprudence, whatever the decision was, expound, to explain in Puttaswamy. They were not supposed to explain anything, isn't it? So this was the pretty sentence and very easy. I hope now it's clear to you. Now let's talk about the synonyms of expounded so that we can quickly move on to the last word of the show. Okay, see, so students, I have taken the synonyms, very easier one. So let's first of all talk about the synonyms. Synonyms, the first one is the easier one, express. Second one is give. Third one is look. Fourth one is raise. fifth one is sound, and sixth one is went. Actually, all the simple words I have taken: express, give, look, raise, sound, went. So what do you think can be the antonym? Actually, students, expound is a simple word. It's a verb which says something to express or explain or make confusion. You can simply use the word make confusion, something which is confusing, which is not explaining, which is not briefing something. Fine. So expounded is a verb which means to explain or state something. Now let's proceed to the last word of the show, that is this particular video. So the word is again a very simple one, students. I hope you can easily connect with it. But it is very important for you to remember these words. So you have to make sentences from your side so that you can sustain the words. Fine. The last word, we'll talk about the last word. Actually, the last word is DAMNING. Damning. Damning is a damn word. You don't give a damn, but it's you have to give a damn to this word. Actually, damning is a word which the sentence was quite different. Let's talk about the sentence first. The DAMNING, damning slur on the nation's trial process and commitment to rule of law itself was also not enough to move the court to exercise. It's a quite lengthy sentence, don't worry students, I'll write it for you. Exercise its suggestive jurisdiction. I hope you are getting the sentence. Jurisdiction. Fine. Now I'll read the sentence for you, don't worry. The damning slur on the nation's trial process and commitment to rule of law itself was not enough to move the court to exercise its suggestive jurisdiction. So what the sentence we will discuss here, what the sentence I have taken here is a very simple one. First of all, let me tell you that damning is an adjective. And what does it mean? Damning is the sentence here is the culprit was finally ready for the damning exercise of law against his ill deeds. Now, this is not a lengthy one. This is a simple sentence. The culprit was finally ready. He accepted. It's very good for any culprit out there, not actually out there, but in the world. If he understands, if he realizes that yes, I am the culprit or I have done something wrong, it's very beautiful. Why? Because students, that is the time, that is the position, that is the moment of life when you can change yourself, when you can try to do something that you can improve yourself. Fine. So you must have heard many times that it is the duty of a person to realize himself that whatever he has done, whether it is wrong, whether it is right, whether whatever it is, he has to realize, because everything starts from from oneself. It's everything starts from oneself. Everything ends on oneself. If someone realizes, others are not here to make you realize or make you understand to do this or that. Whatever you do is according to you. It's everything is responsible to you. You are accounted for yourself. So this is the sentence in that context only. But we are actually not going to discuss anything that will reincarnate ourselves. The culprit was finally ready for the damning exercise of law against his release. He must have done something very wrong for which he has realized, and he is finally ready for the damning kind of exercise. Now, what do we, if we talk about this word, what this kind of meaning it could be? The meaning of this word is the stating something, or you can say being in hell as punishment. It's a very simple word, but it's a very complex one, isn't it? So no one wants this. Damning is kind of being in hell as punishment. The damning slur, this something which this statement kind of which was very very bad, or making someone realize to feel as a kind of punishment on the nation's trial process, and commitment to rule of law itself in itself was also not enough to move the court to exercise its suggestive jurisdiction, whatever the decision was taken by the court. Fine. So this is the sentence. And students, I hope in a damning word it's pretty clear to you. So let's talk about the synonyms so that you can easily connect with them. Fine. Okay, let me write the synonyms here. Okay. The synonyms are, first one is curse, second one is condemning. Now students, after getting the synonyms, you must be very easily able to connect with the words, isn't it? Damning words. Earlier, when I was writing the sentence, you might be thinking that that students, that sir, we are not able to understand the exact meaning of damning, but after writing the synonyms, it must be clear. Curse, condemning, and there is also a word which says convicting, CONVICTING. I hope everyone has heard this word convicting. The fourth word is cussing, CUSSING, cussing. It's a different word indeed. It's a different word, quite a different word. And the word is DAMNATOR, dominator. And what is the antonym of this word? Blessing. When you are convicting someone, condemning someone, cursing someone, so obviously the antonym will be blessing. Fine. The second word you can take encouraging. Encouraging. So these are the words as antonym and synonym. So students, you must take the screenshot. You must take the take them down. And I hope all the 5 words that we have discussed, more than all around more than 30 words in this short video. So I believe that you will understand them. You will try to make the sentences from your side so that you can enhance them more and you can sustain these vocab. And don't forget to check out the Hindi version of this particular content. Thank you so much for watching the video.